Do mornings feel like a fire drill in your house? Your teen's alarm goes off, they snooze, and snooze again. It's time to get ready for the school day. Except they have 5 minutes and 15 things to remember: shoes, backpack, homework, lunch. You're scrambling, they're overwhelmed. Everyone's heart rate is already up, and that's before you've had your morning coffee. And if this happens almost every morning, it's more than just a bad start to the day. It's a morning design problem. Here's a clue that many parents miss. Getting out of bed in the morning is not just one step, it's two. It's physical and it's mental. Most parents focus on the physical part. Are they sleeping enough? Is the alarm loud enough? But for many teens, especially emotionally sensitive teens with ADHD, the harder step may be the mental one. Waking up means shifting from sleep to responsibility, from quiet to expectations, school, social pressure, assignments, all rushing in at once. And when that mental shift feels daunting, the brain hesitates because the day already feels overwhelming before it even begins. Slowly, you become the system. You're the backup alarm, the second reminder, the third reminder. You're the manager of the entire morning, and if you don't step in, it doesn't happen. One mom told me something I'll never forget. She said, "Every time my alarm went off, my chest would tighten because I didn't want to face another morning." Maybe this is you, but it doesn't have to be this way. What if mornings could start without your voice being the human alarm clock? Design mornings so it doesn't have to depend on the willpower of a morning brain. The environment should start the day, not you. This video will show you how. I'm Dr. Michael, a pediatrician, helping parents of emotionally sensitive teens rebuild connection and confidence without constant reminders. Now, when mornings feel like this, most parents naturally try to fix what they can see: the sleep schedule, the room setup, the alarm. And those things matter. But if that doesn't solve it, the next instinct is to tighten structure. Lights out means lights out. No phones after 9 p.m. Again, not wrong, but when that still doesn't work, a hard deadline appears. If you're not up by 7:15, I'm coming in to wake you. And of course you step in. You don't want them to fail. But here's what quietly happens. You slowly become their entire morning operating system. Did you brush your teeth? Did you pack your bag? Lunch? Homework? Laptop? Everything falls on your shoulders because if you don't step in, it doesn't happen. Here's why this approach is unsustainable for you and for your teen. Most of these strategies rely on discipline and willpower too much, when what your mornings need is actually design. Instead of asking their brain and body to just do it all when that alarm goes off, we ask, how can we use our environment to reduce mental load and increase physical momentum in the mornings? Let's talk about both. First, we lower the mental load. The goal here is simple: move tomorrow morning's thinking to tonight. Morning brains, not so great at planning. So anything that requires remembering, deciding, organizing should happen the night before. Clothes are laid out, the book bag is packed, shoes by the door, lunch is ready, and if something is easy to forget, place it somewhere that it's impossible to ignore, like directly in front of the door to get out of the house, so they physically cannot leave without bumping into it. This strategy, using their environment to help their brain remember, is so powerful. Don't underestimate this. I put this into practice all the time myself, and it's what I teach families when I coach them or see them in clinic. This can do more for your teen than just helping them get ready for school in the mornings. And if you want a quick visual guide on how to implement this strategy in your home, I have a free gift for you. It's in the description below. Try this tonight so you don't have to face yet another chaotic morning. It may be simple, but it's a game changer. And please know, this doesn't mean your teen has a bad memory or is incapable. In fact, we use reminders outside of our brains all the time, whether it's a GPS, a calendar, or a visual checklist. The goal here is the same: lower the mental load so the morning doesn't rely on willpower alone. Make getting started in the morning as simple as possible. So, now that everything is set up, there's still the physical act of getting out of bed, and this is where the environment matters. Consider the location of their alarm. It's 6:30 a.m. and that familiar sound goes off. If that alarm is within arm's reach, what's a morning brain and body likely to do? That's right, snooze. So instead of relying on discipline and willpower in the moment, we designed the environment to allow for movement. Here are some examples. If the alarm is within arm's reach, place the alarm across the room. Or leave the curtains slightly open to allow for natural sunlight in the morning. Or consider an alarm that emits light that gradually brightens the room. Because our brains are wired to respond to movement and light during the wake cycle. So, whatever strategy you choose, the goal is the same. The environment starts the day, not you. Engineer the morning so it uses their brain and body's natural wiring for movement and light. Because once their body moves, their brain often follows. Movement creates momentum, and that momentum reduces the physical and mental feeling of overwhelm that happens at 6:30 a.m. And when mornings no longer depend entirely on you, something changes. You're not the backup alarm. You're not the manager, the micromanager. Imagine your alarm going off, and instead of your chest tightening, you take one slow breath. Because you know the morning will start without yet another fire drill. You don't have to become the system. You just have to build one. And I know there are challenges beyond your control. For example, teenagers are biologically wired to fall asleep later. That's real. We're not ignoring that. But even with that biology, we can still design mornings differently. If you want to go deeper into how to use your environment as an external brain, especially for things like remembering homework or chores, I break that down in this video right here. And don't forget to check out the free visual guide in the description. It pairs really well with that video on screen. Be encouraged, my friend. Mornings don't have to feel like survival mode, and we'll talk again very soon.